The crisis induced by coronavirus has taught us that technologies such as RPA and AI are recession-proof and are even essential for a business to answer the highs and lows, ups and downs of the industrial ecosystem. In a nutshell, it is a quintessential aspect for business continuity. In this session, we'll hear from Subram Natarajan, CTO IBM India South Asia, about intelligent process automation, vital technology during COVID times. Over to you, Mr. Natarajan.
Good day, everyone. I want to talk a little bit about the process automation and how it has become handy during the times of COVID, particularly for organizations as they continue their digital transformation journey. The usage of automation in mainstream business process is not new, but with the disruption that the pandemic has caused, it is becoming the sought after technology companies are looking for to adopt in order to continue to fulfill the service commitment levels. So traditionally, enterprises have been digitizing and automating their business operations to a large extent, even IT operations, for a variety of reasons. Firstly, it helps with the enterprise value creation. And therefore, organizations can have the opportunity to deeply differentiate from their peers. Secondly, it helps with the transformation and optimization of workforce, essentially driving higher value of work from their existing workforce. And when you try to do all of this at scale, companies can realize the economic advantage that this brings in. So there are essentially two important elements to this whole exercise. First is the customer experience part, and then the second one is the workforce skills part. And they will remain the crucial elements to provide the competitive advantage, not only to weather through this COVID pandemic, but also in a long term to really capture growth in a recovering market. This becomes essential. So advancements in artificial intelligence and some of the other exponential technologies are giving new ways of augmenting this whole process automation. They're spawning a new phase of automation. Intelligent automation is all about infusing AI and using the advancements in the technology to change the way enterprises operate in order to optimize processes, personalize customer experiences, and enhance decision making. Now, you may ask, why is it so relevant now? So, apart from the COVID pandemic acceleration, that is driving this acceleration of this technology, learnings from this disruption to a large extent have indicated to us the investment in this particular area is necessary. But fast tracking some of those mission critical initiatives to deploy intelligent workflows when you start to integrate data and demand insights into it, the efficiency become multifold. And that is mainly the driver here. Those companies which are taking this as the bold vision and making this happen as a reality will emerge stronger in the new tomorrow or the new normal, as many say. Not just because they will give intelligent automation more work to do, but because they understand the criticality and the necessity of the transformational impact that when we combine growth and efficiency, what it can deliver to the organization, they realize, and therefore they adopted it. And they're preparing to address the human and technology workforce partnership in a much more effective way. And first reaction when people talk about intelligent automation is, how does this change the way I work? The usage of automation, along with artificial intelligence and a spectrum of exponential technologies, is essentially changing the way that humans and machines interact. In terms of who analyzes data, who makes decisions, and who performs the tasks within a workflow. And when we start thinking about how do you deploy intelligent automation across the enterprise and ecosystem in many, many cases to build a more adaptable business, one that is rapidly able to respond to changes, pivot, scale up, scale down, adopt to new business models. So you see, it is really not necessarily the fittest, fastest, and strongest that survive, but mostly the adaptable one that emerge much more victorious in the end game. So leveraging email to do, say, for example, email triaging, help desk ticket management, are all great examples of how intelligent process automation can be implemented effectively in an enterprise. So any business which has a fair bit of repeatable steps are great candidates for automation and AI. And that only strengthens the whole process of bringing in more accuracy, better customer experience, consistency levels of service, and etc. Now, what are the candidates? How do I go about doing this? So automation for core IT operations, as I was mentioning earlier, RPA has been existing. Now, when you extend this beyond the business process, intelligent automation can play a vital role in IT operations as well. Gathering all information, correlating incidents that are occurring in the entire IT stack, whether it is hardware, software, middleware, applications, looking for patterns and harnessing past knowledge for resolution of any outages. This may seem discrete activities, but when you bring all of them together by leveraging AI, you can quickly highlight the probable cause of an outage and effectively go and resolve them. In some cases where the resolutions seem straightforward, companies have begun automating the resolution process also. So you see, we call this as AI for IT ops, and this is becoming much more in the mainstream now as companies are looking to more and more streamline the IT processes. The whole area of automation, it is gaining prominence so much that product designs are being influenced by the requirements. So for example, the requirements are arising out of intelligent automation is becoming a key criterion when people are designing the products themselves. So the ability to automate becomes or manifest itself the moment it gets deployed. The key question that companies have in their mind is, where do I start? Where do I go from here? If you pause to think about it, the first is to begin understanding and implementing intelligent automation. This in itself is just not a one-time event, it is a journey. When you start embarking on this journey and make progress, you will start progressively realizing higher levels of process maturity and improve the business value as they get rolled out and as they get generated. You will see a correlation. First step, you may want to begin with digitizing the operations with low-code, cloud-ready, containerized automation software. Automation of existing business process management, content, ODM, I don't think that's just enough. You may want to really look at, say, low-code technologies that will enable digitization at scale and across the entire organization. This is where cloud technologies come in handy to quickly and flexibly establish automation that can kind of permeate across the enterprise. Secondly, apply AI in practical ways so that you don't need a huge, say, AI team or a data scientist team to really go and infuse AI into the automation process. Projects like document understanding, next best actions, suggestions for key marketing events are all low-hanging fruits. These build on existing digitization efforts, as well as the AI efforts. So you bring them all together. Third is what I call as the hyper automation phase. When you start looking at optimization of hybrid workforce, automation along with AI, can really take the avatar of a real worker with the role and everything embodied. We call it as a digital worker. This step is all about continuously optimizing the workforce and make it become a hybrid workforce where you can deploy your people where they matter most, where they add value most, and deploy the digital worker wherever the greater value of productivity can be achieved. So you see, in summary, we talked about how intelligent automation is becoming more of a mainstream now, and it is here to stay. In the new normal, you will see this becomes one of the key component of any technology decisions companies are taking. We also talked about how this whole thing happens and why this is needed. And lastly, we also discussed about the different steps, the 3 steps I discussed about as the necessary way from wherever you are. If you are in the part of the journey, how you can take on that and make it much more effective, to how do you start this journey afresh in a greenfield environment. We talked about that. And the benefits are very, very evident, and it's going to continuously grow as the journey towards intelligent automation continues. So I hope you found this useful, and I really wish all the best for many of the companies that are taking on this journey, and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Natarajan, for a wonderful session. Stay tuned. Next session will start after a short break.